Let's move on to Dick's Sporting Goods. Shares down Tuesday on earnings, down big. Ron, falling profits, falling sales, falling same-store sales. That doesn't sound great.
Not a great quarter, Mac. I think you nailed it. Yeah, I'll do a little bit of adjusting here because there was a 53rd week in fiscal 2017. So to be fair, we'll adjust for that. Even when you do, still not a great quarter. Same-store sales down 2.2%, net sales down 6.5%. One bright spot, I think we could say, with e-commerce sales were up 17%, now account for 23% of total sales versus 19% in the fourth quarter of 2017. So making some headway online. Guidance was somewhat tepid, but interestingly, they did raise their dividend 22%. At that rate, you get a dividend yield of about 3.1%. So for those looking for yield, not too shabby, but of course you always have to be concerned about total return, because if you're getting 3% yield but the stock's going down, it's not really something you should be all too excited about. So we got to keep an eye on the business. They did buy some stock back over the course of the year at reasonable prices, I think. So they've got to turn this ship a bit, though. Not a great quarter.
And Ron, last year after the Parkland shooting, Dick's announced that they're going to stop selling firearms to buyers under the age of 21, and they also pulled all of their assault-style rifles. And now, today, they came out and announced that they're going to be removing guns from 125 stores. We don't know which stores. They didn't specify that, but they said in markets where the hunting category underperforms.
Yeah, they did see some weakness when they did it back after Parkland, which I guess makes sense. The revenue in some markets did go down, and I will anticipate that this will have an additional effect, causing revenue to go down, even though they're strategically closing in underperforming markets where that category may have not been so robust. But you'll probably see additional dips. But you know what? They're making a moral, a political, an ethical, I don't know what word you want to use, a principled stance, and more power to them. Depending on your politics, you're either happy or you're not. But I applaud them for making a decision. It's still, they still got a way to go if they're going to roll this out across the board, because there's more than 700 Dick's Sporting Goods stores, and this is only 125, but baby steps perhaps.
And looking out over the last 5 years, shares down big. They've lost to the market. What do you think about the next 5 years, Ron?
The stock looks cheap at 11 times earnings and a 3.1% dividend yield, but I just get worried here. You might make some money in the stock over the long term. I don't think it would be a market beater, though.
Andy, when you think of Dick's Sporting Goods, is it Amazon proof?
No, it's not. I think when you look at their inventories are growing 6 to 7% this past quarter, and their revenue's falling, that's a tough sign for retailers. So I think we saw some of the struggles they have with some of the larger brands, especially in the athletic goods over the years, and that's just going to be a tough spot. I think I applaud them for the initiatives they're making, but overall, I think Dick's will probably be less relevant over the next 5 to 10 years than it is today.
And that's the way the ball bounces. Okay. Guys, that is genius. You didn't like that segment?
Genius might be a bit of
I like the fix.
an exaggeration.
Go back to the fix.
I'm kidding.